operating while intoxicated, and hit and run. That's why you were under arrest. Okay?
Some women married rap legends, thinking they had found forever. But when those relationships ended, they weren't just walking away from a marriage, they were walking away from fame, public attention, and in some cases, years of emotional pain. Today, we're looking at 5 women who were once married to some of hip-hop's biggest names and what happened after the divorce. Let's get into it. Kim Scott, ex-wife of Eminem. Kim Scott and Eminem's story began long before the fame. The two met as teenagers in Detroit and built a relationship that would eventually inspire some of the most emotional songs in hip-hop history. They married twice, first in 1999 and briefly again in 2006, while raising their daughter Haley along with 2 other children. Their relationship was filled with love, conflict, and public drama. After the final divorce, Kim stepped away from the spotlight and focused on raising her family while privately battling addiction and depression. Over the years, she survived multiple personal crises, including suicide attempts and rehab. Despite everything that happened between them, reports suggested Eminem helped her receive treatment during some of her hardest moments. By 2025, Kim appeared to be doing much better and even became a grandmother after Haley welcomed her first child. But in early 2026, headlines returned after Kim was arrested following an alleged car crash in Michigan. Thankfully, no lives were lost, but it reminded everyone that healing is rarely a straight road.
Coming down from Grossbeck, I turned right onto my stop. I stopped at this, and I always have my brakes on because it's dark down there. And this guy who was in a little blue car or whatever, and he came into my oncoming lane as I was pulling out. And I didn't have no choice, like Ashton, to go around him. I didn't see the tan pickup truck, but I did feel the impact.
And while Kim continues rebuilding her life, the next divorce became one of the most expensive in hip-hop history. Nicole Young, ex-wife of Dr. Dre. Nicole Young spent nearly 24 years married to Dr. Dre. Together, they raised 2 children and built a life surrounded by unimaginable wealth and success. From the outside, it looked like one of hip-hop's strongest marriages, but in 2020, everything changed. Nicole filed for divorce, accusing Dre of verbal abuse, infidelity, and other misconduct, claims he firmly denied. She also challenged the prenuptial agreement they had signed decades earlier, turning the divorce into one of the biggest legal battles the music industry had ever seen. After more than a year of court hearings, the case finally ended in late 2021. Nicole reportedly received a $100 million settlement, making it one of the largest divorce payouts in hip-hop history. She also kept several luxury vehicles, jewelry, and personal assets, while Dre retained most of his business empire and music catalog. Since then, Nicole has stayed almost completely out of the spotlight. Despite occasional rumors online, neither she nor Dre has suggested any plans of getting back together. Sometimes, walking away quietly says more than making headlines. Kelis, ex-wife of Nas. When Nas and Kelis married in 2005, fans saw them as one of music's biggest power couples. He was already considered one of rap's greatest lyricists, and Kelis had become a global star with hits like Milkshake. But behind the success, their marriage was falling apart. The couple divorced in 2010 after Kelis accused Nas of emotional and physical abuse, allegations that Nas denied. The split quickly became a long legal battle involving custody of their son and financial support. Rather than letting the divorce define her, Kelis completely reinvented herself. She trained professionally as a chef, graduated from Le Cordon Bleu, launched her own food business, published a cookbook, and continued making music. Life brought even more heartbreak in 2022 when her second husband, photographer Mike Mora, passed away after battling cancer. Still, she kept moving forward. Today, Kelis lives a much quieter life while focusing on her children, her business, and the future she built for herself.
My top places to go in 2026. If you like to travel, I would definitely say you've got to go to Diani Beach. It's one of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen. And if you're in Nairobi or if you're in Kenya, definitely by next year, my glamping tent should be ready and I'm getting all of that going. So definitely come.
Her story proves that sometimes the strongest comeback doesn't happen on stage, it happens in real life. Sonya Miller, ex-wife of Master P. Master P built one of the biggest independent empires in hip-hop, but behind that success was Sonya Miller, a woman who wasn't just his wife, but someone who helped build the foundation of No Limit Records from the very beginning. The couple spent more than 20 years together and raised 7 children. When the marriage finally ended, the divorce quickly turned into a public legal battle, with both sides making accusations through the media. Sonya later shared that after years of putting her family first, she realized it was finally time to focus on herself. Instead of staying trapped in the past, she went back to school, studied theater arts and journalism, explored modeling, and even began writing about her own life.
Walked out on me, and I think he kind of thought, I thought maybe he was going through this man kind of transaction, so I gave him like a 3-year go and do what maybe, you know, because men go through things. But then it wasn't, it was a little more, he wanted to really leave. And then after that, I found out that it was really like heartbreaking to me that you walked out on me and my kids. I just went to my heart and my inner self saying, you have to continue your life and you have to go on.
Rather than being remembered only as Master P's ex-wife, she wanted people to know her own story. Sometimes, the biggest comeback isn't becoming famous again, it's rediscovering who you are. Toya Johnson, ex-wife of Lil Wayne. Toya Johnson's story is very different from the others on this list. She and Lil Wayne met as teenagers in New Orleans, and together they welcomed their daughter, Regina, before either of them had experienced worldwide fame. They married in 2004, but divorced just 2 years later. Unlike many celebrity breakups, however, their co-parenting relationship remained surprisingly strong. Instead of living in Wayne's shadow, Toya built a successful career of her own through television, business, books, and public speaking. She later remarried.
The control of that, you know, not being able to, like, you can get mad with me today or tomorrow and put me out. I have a kid. I'm like, I don't want to give nobody that much control. Like, I need to figure something out. Like,
expanded her businesses and became one of the most respected entrepreneurs connected to hip-hop culture. Over the years, Toya has also spoken openly about the pressure of supporting family members financially and learning that setting boundaries doesn't make someone selfish. Out of everyone on this list, she may have had one of the healthiest chapters after divorce, not because life became easy, but because she refused to let her past define her future. Every woman on this list experienced something different. Some faced years of legal battles, some rebuilt their lives from scratch, and others chose to leave the spotlight behind completely. But they all proved that life doesn't end when a high-profile marriage does. Money and fame may disappear, but the chance to start over doesn't. Which story surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more untold stories from the world of hip-hop. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.